Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope you guys are all doing well. No, I haven't recorded a video after my book release because, you know, I had all my videos pre-recorded except for the book launch, of course. So this is my first actual comeback after my book and it feels great. A little nerve-wracking, but it feels great. And especially because I asked I had a question box ready for you on my Instagram. Thank you so much to everyone who actually put down their questions, thoughts, feedback and reviews on my book Hope. I really do appreciate it, but again, I would do all my appreciation towards the end of the video. But let's get straight to the questions because I know some of you have asked quite a few good questions, which I know must be running through so many of yours head, but maybe just didn't want to ask me, and it's fine. It's totally fine. I know it's not always easy to just drop down a question. But again, I am not going to mention any names and make it obvious. I'll just be reading the questionnaire, answering it for you guys and give you my honest thoughts and opinions of the questions. And if it does get too intense, I may read the question, but I might not answer it. But let's get started. The first question I got was, hardest part about writing your story? The hardest part was definitely reliving the moments whilst writing. It wasn't easy, I'm not going to lie. Especially whilst writing certain, I don't know, maybe certain words even. It was really hard because I'm such a visual, so I visualize everything. So whilst I'm writing, I picture everything in my head and then it gets quite intense for me. And then yes, I did break down whilst I was writing. Don't think I was writing so confidently. No, it wasn't easy at all. I was breaking down, I was crying, there was a lot of crying whilst writing, but again, I had to put my mindset straight. I had my publisher, my illustrator talking to me as well. I wasn't able to share what I was writing with my family, so so my sisters didn't, and I wasn't able to share with my husband as well. So if anything, they didn't know anything about, they did know about the book, but not exactly what I was writing about. So it was definitely reliving the moments. It wasn't fun, but I did it. Again, I did it for all the vulnerable girls out there, to make sure that they are aware of our society and that what we need to look out for, that it's not safe. There are monsters living out here, and yeah, that was my goal. That was my why I was writing the book, and I just went for it. So it was very, very hard, and it was definitely reliving the moments. Okay, this question I got asked quite a few times. So it was, would you write a second book? At the moment, no. I'm not sure. At the moment, it's definitely a no. I'm not writing a second book, but who knows? Who knows? One day I might wake up and there might be the spark in my head, and there we go. I'm here announcing my second book. But at the moment, no, I'm not going to write a second book. Advice to someone who has gone through something similar. An advice would be, it's really no point and it's not worth of crushing your soul, destroying yourself, your happiness and everything that you want to achieve in your life for these people. It's definitely not worth it. They're living their life. They don't care. That's the truth opinion. They do not care. So why are we sitting here dwelling over something that the person who hurt us doesn't even care about? It's not easy. It's extremely hard to forget this and move on. And like I've said, it's not like a click of a finger and you've moved on from everything. It's not easy, but you need to step up. You need to see the real truth. Find things you love. Surround yourself with happy people. Do things you love so much and literally destroy your negativity. You need to seriously just think about what makes you happy and just go for it. What inspired you to write Hope? like I've mentioned, it was definitely the fact that I have younger sisters, and yes, I went through it. It was hard. You know, I had no support, so I was thinking about all these beautiful young girls who have no support and who have no siblings. So my sisters have me. There are children, there are girls out there who have no support, no older sister, maybe not even family to talk to. What do they do, you know? And the fact that I kept reading horrible articles about I knew it was gonna be raw, but yeah, it's fine. Horrible articles about babies getting raped and children, and I was just thinking, how is this even possible? So yeah, that literally is what inspired me, and I wanted to give the hope to another girl and to make them realize that there is so much more. Yeah, so that's what inspired me to give the hope to somebody else that there is life after all this, and that you shouldn't think of anything that's going to hurt you, because why do you need to sacrifice your happiness for somebody else's mistakes? It's not worth it. So the answer for that question is literally to give somebody hope and to inspire others to see that there's magic and to literally embrace themselves. How did your family react when you told them you were going to write a book about it all? Right. My parents didn't know anything. They only found out about my book when you all found out during my announcement post, and that was like the best decision I've ever made in my life, because I know for a fact the second I told them I was going to write a book about all this, they would have been like, no. They would have gave me negativity. They would have gave me comments that maybe, why would you do all this? You know, do you really want to ruin your name? And it's going to be quite... I wasn't ready to listen to that nonsense at all. I didn't want any sort of negativity thrown at me during this time, because I was going out of my comfort zone to write something. So the last thing I needed was negativity thrown at me. So yeah, I didn't tell my parents at all. My friends didn't know anything. My sisters knew and my husband knew, but they only knew I was writing a book about this topic, and that was it. They didn't know what sorts of words, illustrations I was using within the book. Sisters and my husband, their reactions were very, very positive. They were like, go for it. You're going to help so many girls out there. They're going to look up to you, and we're going to be there to support you all the way. That was it. So that honestly gave me the push, and I went for it. There was no stopping, and I just kept going. If you could say something to your younger self, what would you say and why? I would say, well done, you are brave. You know, because even though I had so much going on at that age, I still managed to get through. So yeah, like honestly, well done. And I don't know, and maybe you could have taken more action, 100%. You could have went out and not listened to anybody and actually seeked real help, because maybe if I did this then, it would have not affected me for so many years. And yeah, I don't know, but that's probably what I would say. At what age are your children going to be when you tell them what you went through? At age enough to understand. You know, it's really difficult, because you can't just go up to your children and start throwing these sorts of questions and like opinions about this sort of topic, especially when it's happened to their own mom. So that's a tough one. However, I will be teaching my children the good and bad touch, and give them examples, and you know, educate them since a young age, so that they're aware of what type of touches are there. And if, for instance, if they do receive a bad touch, that they need to tell their mum and dad, and you know, they need to get real help. Like, silence is not the key. And I would literally say to them that I'm gonna be there, you know, like I will be there. Like, it's one of those things, like even when I think about it, I do get quite emotional, because I know what sort of parent I'm gonna be and what sort of support I will be giving my child. So yeah, but I'm telling you, all I know is from a young age I will be educating them about all of this. They will 100% have all sorts of awareness since a young age, and I'm sure about that. What's the most important message you want to give to others through your book? Hope. It's definitely hope. That hope, strength, confidence, and silence. Those key points are very important. Do not let yourself crumble into pieces. Have hope and keep succeeding. Nothing is going to destroy you. So hope. That's literally it. This is beautiful. So I have a review here. Amazing book. I can't describe how I feel. Simply, it's outstanding. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know I've messaged quite a few to this person, so thank you so much. You have truly expressed your experience and definitely enlightened me. I'm glad I have, and I'm glad I was able to spread awareness and show you guys that, you know, these things are not normal. And if it does happen within your household, whether it's your brother, dad, uncle, next door neighbor, anyone, I'm telling you, it's not normal. You need to seek help. And who cares what the parents say? Who cares what the society thinks? You know, what's most important to you is how you feel. And if it's destroying you, don't let it destroy you. Go and get support. And yeah, you know, your happiness is the main thing in life. How long did it take you to write? Did you have any drafts? So we had this discussion, if I'm correct, I don't want to get this wrong, about the beginning of May. Yes, beginning of May, I had all these thoughts, and I had a conversation with my publisher, and then I contacted my illustrator, and both of them were just amazing. Like I said, they were my pillars. And I did have a draft. Yes, I did. A draft, I wrote it 2 years ago, and it was on my notes, right? So I wrote my draft, and it was only about, let's say, about 50 to 60 lines. I've summed up a section, a story, a part of my book, and I summed it up into my draft. I locked my draft so nobody else can read it, and I was like, one day if I ever write a book, you know, don't know. But like I've mentioned, I locked it away, and I was just so nervous about it. So I started beginning of May, and I released my book. Oh my God, when did I release my book? August 1st. But again, I think approx 2 months it took me to write a book. But if you put your heart and soul into it, and if it's your life, trust me, you would want to get it out there. And especially if you're going to be an inspiration to all the young girls out there, some sort of adrenaline kicks in, and it just kept me going. I was like, do it. Yeah, you're upset, you know, you're going through all these emotions, but think about how many people you're going to help. And yeah, so I was able to just fully put my attention to my book, and it's literally a piece of my life now. So it did not take me that long. Your book was life-changing for me. Oh my God, thank you so much. When I hear things like this, it really gets me very emotional, because it's not about my story or anything. The fact that I was able to help you, and I'm sure you'll be watching, and to help you was definitely something that I can't describe. It makes me feel so happy, and it makes me feel like this is why I wrote Hope, to pass the hope to you, and to change your life, and to see how much of a lovely person you are. And I'm so glad. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in your life and all the happiness that you need. Did you ever feel like quitting when you started to write the book? I didn't want to quit, that's quite a strong word, but I was broken whilst I was writing. I would stop typing, I would cry my eyes out, go and get some air, go running. However, I did not want to quit at all because I knew the purpose to it and I knew my why, so it was very strong. What kept you motivated to keep writing? Like I just mentioned, my why and the purpose to the book, to help and to inspire others, it definitely kept me going. I really loved your book. It was raw, real, and to the point. You're so brave for writing. Thank you. I did want to keep it raw and real. I didn't want to write from somebody else's point of view and just not be me. And I did ask my publishers, I was like, hey, oh my god, I'm not really sure if this is too much of me speaking. And she was like, really, Amina? This is what we need, an author's voice into their book. So yeah, thank you. Like, I did want to keep it raw as possible because it is my life story and there was no point of me being somebody else. So yeah, I kept it raw as possible and I spoke to you like I'm speaking now. I did question and I wanted to prompt questions so you can feel and you can feel like you're within my book and basically be me. What made you choose the title Hope? Hope is such a strong word, you know. Just thinking about it, just thinking of the word hope itself, I can think of so much, like so much energy and positivity and happiness. Whenever I say the word, I'm like, oh my god. And if you've noticed, when I'm texting, when I'm writing, I always write, I hope this, I hope that, I hope this. So I tend to use the word hope a lot. And I know for myself, going through these scenarios of my life, the word hope kept popping in. I kept thinking to myself, I hope I have a better life. I hope somebody can listen to me. I hope, you know, there is potential for me in life. And I think it was a perfect title, short, to the point, and it gives you the hope. By saying the word itself, it feels real. How long did it take to think of your illustrations? I graduated in fine art myself, so like I've mentioned, I'm very I like visualizing everything, so I tend to create images while people are talking and anything. I'm just an image creator, so for me to think of illustrations, it wasn't that hard. And obviously I had my support from Angela, my illustrator. She was amazing. Girl, oh my god. The amount of times I had to circle bits and be like, I want this change, I want that change, I like it like this. She was a gem. She was literally, she is my lucky charm and she knows that, and she just went for it. No huffing and puffing, just did everything. And you know, she's literally my younger sister, so we were pretty organized. So I had scripts for every illustration, everything was set up, keywords, mood boards, everything was set up. So I didn't want to stress out Angela, so everything was given. And so yeah, it did take time, but coming up with it did not take time, because all I did was whatever was in my head and my words, I pictured, I painted a picture, and that's how I thought of it. And I love my illustrations. Thank you, Angela. Love you so much. How did you feel when you released your book? Overwhelmed, nervous, anxiety kicked in, but something kept saying, go for it, you know, you've done it, you know. Again, it's the hope. I felt terrified. Yes, I am sharing my story, but I knew my purpose, I knew my why, so I had to do it. I really liked the front cover. It is so simple and nice. What made you think to do that? If you know me, I like very simplistic things anyways, and the purpose of my book was the story, was the writing, and to inspire others. So I didn't want too much going on, and I did have another design for the front cover. However, it wasn't, you know, it didn't have that spark in me. So this was just simple and it just looked so chic, and for me it felt so powerful. I'm so proud of you for releasing your book. You are one badass. Thank you so much. We all are, believe me, we all are. We just need to embrace it. You are inspiring for the newer generation. Yep, and I hope the newer generation are more alert. That's why so many of us are bringing awareness of this. Sexual harassment, it's not right. Women abuse, it's not right. You need to voice yourself if you are in that situation. So, you know, keep your eyes open. Keep on being strong and amazing. We need more people like you. Thank you so much. That's generally a lovely compliment. Thank you so much. What was the moment that you decided you wanted to share this journey with us? Like I mentioned in my book, I was in pieces. I was becoming destroyed by my own past, that I knew I had to do something. How was I able to prevent this from happening to somebody else, young as my sisters, or even younger than that, my nieces? How was I able to stop this? Did I have the courage to speak? Vocally, I wasn't ready for it. So by writing, I knew I was able to get all my words out there and people read it, and then people actually feel the way I'm feeling. So yeah, so I think once I became distraught and I completely crumbled into a million pieces, that's when this moment happened, and I was like, I am doing it. I had enough, and I went for it. It was a brilliant book. You're very strong for spilling your story for the benefit of others. Thank you so much. Yep, I knew by sharing my story, by showing the world that this is not normal and this is what happens behind the scenes in our Tamil society. This was the only way I was able to speak it and show other girls that you know, if this has happened to you, don't destroy yourself. You need to seriously step out and better your life. It's so empowering and helpful for all females out there, as well as for parents, friends, and siblings. Yeah, my aim was definitely to, as well as I was embracing womanhood, I wanted to send a message to the parents. So they are aware that there is this person, this girl who has experienced this, and what are the behind the scenes of people who experience these kind of things, that it's not safe, something can happen to these kind of people, and how you're able to prevent it. So yeah, what's the biggest lesson you have learned from your experiences? Definitely silence is not the key, and speak the truth. It's not worth it. Why sit there hiding everything and destroying your life when you can just free it and free yourself from it and live your life? You know, why are we destroying it? We didn't want this to happen to us. But yeah, and courage. If you know someone's going through this, help them. You know, help them. Don't let them go through this alone. It's not a nice feeling, and be by them and support them. What's the number one tip you would give to any females out there? Number one tip is definitely believe in yourself. Believe in your instincts. Believe in your courage, your positivity, your mindset, your strength, and your words, right? If you know something's bad, don't wait for others to help you. Believe in yourself, take action, and rise. That's what I'm telling you. That is my tip. How do you think it would have been if your parents reacted the way you wanted them to? It would have definitely gave me strength and courage, and I would have healed faster, I'm telling you, if I had the support. Because for me, what my parents thought, that's the support I wanted at that time. Even though I went through it, I wanted my mom and dad's support. But you know, in our community, there's so many people out there that think that this is not wrong, but it's you know, I'm glad our generation and the newer generation is changing, and there's more eye-openers out there. So if you was allowed to mention names, would have you? The whole purpose of my book was not to mention names, and you know, because I didn't want their names in my book. This is an achievement in my life, and by seeing their horrible names in my book, it would have only crushed me down. So no, I would have not mentioned their names in my book, and they're not worth it to have their names mentioned in my book, you know. I'm literally giving you raw opinions of mine, but yeah, I would have not. Is there anything you wish you added or didn't add in your book? At the moment, there's nothing that I wished I added, and there's nothing that I wish I didn't add. I feel like everything that was in my head is written down, and you know, there's nothing else. I am happy with my book, so yeah. How old would your children be when you let them read your book? An age where they'll be able to understand, you know. Probably 10 or 11, year 6. Yeah, 10, 11, 12. Maybe 10. I feel like the kids these days, they definitely are more aware of things that are happening in our society. So by the time I have kids, and definitely 10 years old, I think. Yeah. Another review here. Incredible, such an inspiration, and hats off to your courage to be able to share it for us. Thank you so much. I know how much this person has messaged me, and she's lovely, so thank you so much for your lovely kind words. I really do appreciate it. When are you writing your second book? My mom told me to ask you. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know when I'm writing my second book yet. I don't even know if I'm writing a second book, so again, if I do end up deciding it, you will see on my announcement post. But thanks to your mom for reading. Share my love. Okay, I've got some thoughts. You're honestly so brave, Amy, and you deserve everything. Thank you. Oh my god. Thank you so much. This just makes me happy. You know, seeing small words like this, it lifts me up completely. Thank you so much, and sharing my love to you as always. Thank you. If any of the creeps confronted you or your family about hope, how would you respond? Firstly, I would never let them confront my family, because they have no rights. They would never confront them, because it's embarrassing, you know. It's embarrassing for them that these type of people are still there, that these type of people are here. So they wouldn't confront my family. If they confront me, I would stand my ground. I would put them where they deserve. I would not let them talk to me like they did at the age of where I went through this, you know. At that age, it was hard. I wasn't able to speak up. I was pointed down at completely. That this finger that I show in my illustration, you don't know how it feels when someone does this to your face, looks down at you, and just says you're crazy. I would never let them talk to me like that. And if they do, I would, you know, there would be action there. There would be action made. I'm not wasting my time talking to these kind of people, basically. So, yeah. Were there times where you gave up writing your book because it just got too much? It did get too much to me at times, yes, like I've mentioned, but I did not want to quit. I wanted to keep going because there was definitely something at the end of this, and looking back at it now, all my tears were worth it. Yeah, so definitely not quitting. What are the good and bad points about releasing a book? Good points, you're inspiring other people, especially the type of book I've released. It's an autobiography about my bad experiences. You're inspiring others, you're giving them hope, you're making them think and believe them in themselves, so that itself is magic. Bad points, I mean, you're sharing your whole story, people get to know your life, so maybe people judge you differently, people start confronting you, but I was aware of that before I wrote the book, so you know, there's nothing to complain about. So yeah, it's definitely more good points to releasing a book than bad. I don't think there's bad at all for me yet. Do you feel like more younger girls will approach you now because you've written a book? 100%. There have been younger girls approaching me asking for support and sending me so much love, and I'm there. I will be there to support you guys, because I did mention in my book, like, I'm there as your big sister. For those who doesn't even have sisters, you know, what do they do? Where do they go to? You know, these things you can't share. So if they find comfort in coming to me and talking to me, I'm going to be there for them, to listen to them, to guide them, to give them hope. There have been a lot of girls approaching me, but I just feel like I've got another younger sister every day, and I'm there for them. So, you know, if you're watching and you ever feel like you need someone to talk to, you need to know I'm there, and I will guide you, and, you know, you're not alone in this. You're definitely not alone. Have you found closure after writing your book from all the stories which happened? You know, the truth is, these things are gonna be in the back of my head, right? No matter what I try to do, but I would know how to defeat it. I would know what actions to take in order to not let myself go back to the state where I was. Maybe not closure, but definitely changing my mindset and bringing more positivity, yes. And by sharing these stories, 100% I have healed much more than I expected. I feel so much braver. There's so much goodness in me. Like, if someone asks me questions, I can say it happily. And like this, you asking me these questions, this before I released the book, I would have crushed down. I would have been crying away in the corner. But now I'm able to, you know, share because I've released a book, and, you know, I've shared my stories, and yeah, so. Why didn't your parents stop the third offender and his wife when they confronted you? It's like they're blinded, like they have a shield across their face when it comes to these kind of things. Do I believe my daughter, or do I believe these people who have, you know, who have always been there, who have helped us? And my daughter's still young, I don't know, but you know, I don't even know if they realize what I went through that time when they were confronting me. Like I said, they weren't there. My dad wasn't there, and my mom, I don't know where she was. So it just felt like I was alone, and I had to fight my own battle, which I couldn't. I tried, and I just couldn't. Like, I just couldn't. They were horrible. Yeah. The fact that, you know, they made me feel like that, and they made me feel like I was mad, that was probably the worst, like I've said, you know. So, yeah, I wish they did confront them, but, you know, now I know as a parent how to be, and if something ever happens like this, you know, I wouldn't even dare have two people coming and talking to my children like that ever, you know. So, yeah. Now that your book is out, what would be your reaction if they reached out to apologize? To be honest, some people, I know the saying forgive and forget, but in this situation it doesn't work like that, because I did forgive this person. I did forgive the person, and they hurt me again, right? So I don't care if they come and apologize to me. I wouldn't even give them space to come next to me, and I don't want to listen to these people. Honestly, that's my raw answer, because I finally stepped out of my comfort zone, and I'm seeing a different aspect of my life, bringing so much positivity, happiness, getting somewhere in my life. I don't need these people to come back into my life, destroy myself, and then sitting there listening to their apologies when who knows if they mean it, who even knows if they do something again. Right? So, honest opinion, my reaction would be I wouldn't even listen. Yeah. It would just be like, don't talk to me. I need, you know, just don't talk to me. Simple as that. What do you think your parents could have done differently so that you felt comfortable to approach them sooner? Definitely listening, giving me space to listen, and just giving me a hug and saying, okay, we believe you, and we will do something about it. Just that we believe you would have done so much for me. What are the 3 top tips you can give women who have gone through the same situation? Those battling, going through experiences like this and not being able to open up before, and feeling like if they did open up now, that no one would believe them, especially against people who would do anything to protect their lives. how would you advise them to overcome that fear and just speak the truth like you? I think it just doesn't happen easily. It's hard. After I've spoken to quite a few people, I realized how hard it is and all the things that are stopping them. For me, I had things stopping me, but I realized that I am my own happiness, you know? It doesn't matter if it's your husband, your sisters, your mom, your parents, your friends. At the end of the day, what makes you happy is the most important thing. If you're not happy about something, there's no point. There's really no point, you know? So when I sat there, when I thought about it, and I realized the potential in my life and how much I'm going to change and inspire others, and that I need to overcome this fear to live an ordinary life. Like my husband always says, you feeling like this, it's going to be so hard for you to have your own family and be be happy with your own children. And it was the truth. It was the real truth, in fact, you know. So I had to sit and I thought about it, and I had my mindset. My mindset was so strong. I've read such powerful books and powerful quotes, and so I just kind of lifted myself up. When you think about it, when you genuinely think about it, you shouldn't let your fears destroy you. You know, that always puts you back down. So step up and take the first step, and believe me, it will do wonders. And after that, you will speak the truth, and trust me, you would embrace it. You're going to love your new self, so try it. Do you ever feel that you could have handled situations differently at the time, or things happened for a reason? Right. At that time, I wasn't able to handle situations differently, okay? I was young, I had no support, and it's really hard to sit there thinking about that time, right? However, I have said to my friends, I have said here and there that, has this happened for a reason? Has this happened for a reason for me to inspire other people, for me to speak on their behalf, and to show that there is life after all this, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel? I do believe in that it happened for a reason in my situation at this point. I can only take that negativity and change it into positivity. As a big sister, you always protected your sisters from harm or danger. How did you educate and explain to them about safe touch and unsafe touch? I know in South Asian community, it's not a conversation that parents typically have with their children. I feel like it should be something that must be discussed and brought to attention for girls and boys starting at a young age. During those times, they are vulnerable and innocent, and people try to take advantage of them. Yes, I totally agree. At that age, you're innocent, you're young, you're beautiful, you're bubbly, and people think they have all sorts of rights. And most importantly, they think that you're not going to tell anybody because you can emotionally blackmail them, right? Which is the truth. And it does work. It does end up being the case in some scenarios. People are scared. I was scared. I was terrified. But you don't know what the aftermath is going to be. So that really brings people down. I've spoken to someone about it, and they have told me about safe touch, good touch and bad touch, which is very important to educate your children at a young age. All parents, you need to educate them, okay? You do not sit there waiting for the right age, about 10, 11, 12. It's too late by then. How are you able to explain that to them? It's awkward for the child. So by educating them since a young age, you're growing that into them. You're kind of putting those kind of words into their head, and they're able to understand as they grow. This is what mums taught me since a young age, and then they were able to puzzle it together towards the end. So definitely educate them since a young age. And I'm not some trained therapist to give you advice on this, so if I do end up finding links, I will definitely put it down below on how to educate your children with the good and bad touch. But it's something definitely important that you need to teach your children. So please, parents, teach them from a young age. It's not a question, but it's a review. The book was made to perfection. From the empowering words to the attention to detail in the illustrations, everything came together so well. I couldn't put this book down, and I read it all in one sitting. This book has given hope, a whole new meaning, and truly is inspiring to every woman who is lucky enough to get a hold of this book. Couldn't be more proud of you and all the efforts what that has gone into this masterpiece. Wishing you only the best in life. These kind of joyful words honestly bring a tear to me. So thank you so much, and thank you so much. I don't know what I thought about releasing the book, but you all have definitely given me so much love, and God, thank you for reading my book. Yeah, thank you so much. That was such a beautiful set of words. Thank you. Once you finished the book, did you feel like a weight was lifted off your shoulder? 100%, yes. I finished my book. It was definitely, I didn't feel it straight away. However, I did feel it after the book was fully released on Amazon and I had my first feedback. It gave me hope, it gave me light and joy, and I was like, oh my God, hope is working, hope is doing wonders. So yes, it was definitely a weight lifted off my shoulder. Do you still get triggers? If yes, how do you handle it? Yes, I do get triggers, you know. It's not something that you can just erase from your memory. I don't have those powers to. However, I destroy it by keeping myself busy, replacing my negative triggers and going now exploring or spending time with my loved ones, doing things I love. Like, I love my Netflix and chill, you know. I love keeping myself occupied 24/7, which is not always good, but you know, I replace it. I honestly find something to do, something that makes me happy, and to destroy it. Okay, so you need to do that. If you feel like that, you need to replace it. Replace the negativity with the positivity. It's an excellent and must read, easy to understand, and such a taboo topic in the South Asian community. It is so well written that you can envision everything and you can feel how she must have felt in that exact moment. Amina showed such great strength and braveness in publishing her book. She had to relive the dark moments which made her stronger and for which she had to put her fear and anger aside in order to give victims some sort of hope again. I hope this will be an eye-opener for many, particularly the South Asian community, who tend to turn a blind eye on this topic. Why? Why does it have to be such a topic that needs to be hidden? I don't understand, you know? We're not doing anything wrong. We're bringing awareness, we're helping others, and why is it an embarrassment? You know, why is it embarrassing if we are the victim? I don't understand. These people are walking around freely and we as a victim have to sit here crying about it. It's not fair. But like you've said, and like I've said in my book, don't let that get to you. Speak the truth, live your life, be happy, and you would definitely see wonders and the magic. Any parent who is reading this book, please teach your children about good and bad touch. Please listen to your children when they come to you with similar problems that are mentioned in Amina's book. Don't let them suffer in silence. Yes, that's literally how I want to end it, and I love it how that one is the end question as well. Don't let your children suffer in silence. I beg you. Don't ever let them ever go through that. It was hard for me. It wasn't fair. And you doing that, I'm telling you, you're destroying your child's future. Listen to them. Listen. Just sit and listen. Whether it's hard for you to do something about it, just listen, you know, and give it the hope and belief that Mum believes you, Dad believes you, and we are going to take action. But you need to focus on your life and be happy and, you know, see the magic in life. That's all you need to do. Don't ever let them feel like they're mad, they're crazy. Don't ever let them feel like that, because it haunts the child, and it's haunted me for years. It took me 15 years, guys, you know, to be in this stage. So all I'm telling you is listen to them. It's so important. Don't let them suffer in silence. Please, just don't let them do that. So guys, that was the end of my questions, my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it must be so long, but thank you so much for the questions you all asked me. I really do appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for every single one of you who has shown me love, support, and belief, and giving me the strength to keep moving forward. I've had some of you mummies who literally brought a tear to my eye by saying thank you so much, we are going to be here for our children. And that is literally what I want with the younger generation, the younger girls. Please do not let this get to you. Seek help. I'm here. Seek help. Talk to your loved ones who are going to take action. But most importantly, you are your happiness, and have strength in yourself and see the potential in life. You know, there's so much more in life that you all need to see. And but thank you, and I feel so privileged that I was able to share my stories with you. It wasn't easy, but now when I think about it, I feel so glad, so grateful that I had the platform, and I had my publisher Labo, my illustrator Angela, who've supported me and who's brought life to my book. For you all who has brought life to my book, from purchasing it, from giving me feedback, sending me private messages, voice notes, love, support, and I can't even explain to you. You all have been there and put me up here, and now I feel so great, and I do feel so happy, and I feel so happy. And thank you so much to every single one of you. And if you've heard my voice throughout my book, thank you. Sorry, I just needed some time, but thank you guys. And again, my book Hope, I'm just gonna read the blurb quickly, and I just feel like, I just want to have something read by me. Because so many of you messaged me saying, oh my god, Amina, we can actually hear you speaking, especially those of you who know me in person. They were like, we actually felt like you were standing there and sharing your story to us, and that really made me feel like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And I wanted to sound so real, so raw and authentic, to show that this is the dark secrets that people have to live with, and this is how I've overcome it. So if I can do it, believe me, you can too. Have faith in yourself. Make sure you're always rising and shining, because you guys are beautiful. I'm telling you, you guys are beautiful people, and you deserve the best and happiness in all your life. So, while growing up, Amina has faced many challenges and gone through all sorts of emotions because of the people around her. People who she had looked up to and had trust in. These are the people who turned out to be the monsters in her life. Despite the negativity, fear, and loss of hope, Amina decided to make a change in her life, to write a book sharing 3 stories about 3 different men who changed her life drastically. With the challenges and experiences she went through, Amina has expressed her unsettling stories of her life to inspire all women who may be going through a similar situation but do not have the voice to speak the truth. Through her book, she celebrates how strong women are and how nothing should keep them from sharing their voices. She embraces the power within women and explains how she was able to overcome her fears and move forward. From being completely broken to transforming her life, Amina embarks on her new transformational journey. So, like I've read my blurb, and like how I've embraced myself and started my new journey, that's what you want to be thinking about, and have hope in life, and you can see so much more wonders. So this is my book, Hope. Right, this is definitely one of my favorite illustrations and one of my favorite sayings. This one. And I'm sure most of you, I had so many people going, oh my god, we really like this one. So behind every smile there is a story. This is my story, a story that changed my life. Everyone has a story, everyone puts on a smile on their face, but believe me, the story it's your decision on how to change it. You can change it into a beautiful story, or you can destroy yourself, and destroying yourself is not worth it. You are a beautiful person, so rise and smile. And that's literally it from me. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my long video, and I again really do appreciate all your love and support, and I will see you on my next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, subscribe and share my video, and thank you so much for showing me love, truly, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah!